Hello, I'm the Bowmeister, and welcome to Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. I'm a sucker for mysteries. And I don't actually know too much about the whole Murder of the Orient Express, other than pretty much entirely takes place on a train. Dame Agatha Mary Clarissa Christie, also known as Lady Malouin, was an English writer known for her 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections, particularly those featuring fictional detective Hercule Poirot. Poirot? I believe he's French, so forgive me if I butchered that. And, Miss Marples. Anyway, December 17th, 2023, 9 a.m. on the Orient Express.
The train is still stuck and the snow continues to fall. I should have taken an airplane. Well, I must make the best of it and join the other passengers for breakfast.
Oh, and I actually get to move. Press X for mind map. Should go to the dining car and have breakfast.
Wax to preserve the perfect symmetry of the mustache. Wax to preserve the perfect...
Okay, so we look at that. Okay. Nice jolly old comb.
Mustache comb to tame unruly nuts.
A mustache comb, huh? In today's latte. Oop, nope. I don't want the comb. I want the tweezer-like mechanism.
Finest of curling irons for the mustache.
Curling iron. My mustache can never get that luxurious to be able to curl it. I think that's my way out of here. Is there anything else I can look at outside the window?
The train still hasn't left.
Not much exciting to look out outside. Okay. Anything? I don't think there's anything else in the room, so let's go out. Alright, that's second class. Oh. Window. It almost makes an arrow kind of thing there. Okay. So we're looking, and we're walking, and I think I did need to go the other direction. Monsieur?
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning, sir. Please enjoy our special breakfast in our restaurant.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
Good morning, Monsieur Michel.
Good morning, sir.
Well, I guess doesn't have much to... Looking dapper. Nope, I can't just walk out into the snow. Alright, let's head on in.
This delay is intolerable. I am supposed to be demonstrating the Firenze in Paris in 2 days.
Ah, your electric car. Yes, that's bad luck.
Bad luck? If I miss that demonstration, I'll be in deep trouble.
Just text your people in Paris and warn them.
Of course I tried that, but there is no network service in these mountains.
I forget this is a modern day take on
My daughter said it would be the easiest way in the world. Just sit on the train until I got to Paris. And now we may be here for days, and my boat sails the day after tomorrow. How am I going to catch it now? I can't even send an email to cancel it. Ah, I'm just too mad to talk about it.
My colleagues were to meet me in Paris. They will wonder what has happened to me. I can get no words to them. What will they think? We have refugees to help.
Yes, the modern day peril. No communication.
Good morning, madam. The snow is a predicament, is it not?
I am Russian. Snow is no stranger to me.
Ah, the accent. Would it be St. Petersburg?
You are very perceptive. Monsieur Poirot, is it not?
And may I take it, I have the honor of addressing Princess Natalia Dragomirov.
We dispense with the old titles these days. My husband, all of my past, was taken from me by these Stalinists. When they were gone, I became director of the St. Petersburg Museum of Antiquities to restore and preserve what I can of my country's history.
Still, the delay must be vexing.
If I must be late for my appointments, then they will wait.
I know that I would certainly wait, madame. It has been my extreme pleasure to make your acquaintance, madame.
Au revoir, Monsieur Poirot.
Poirot. Okay. Gotta not remember that. Hello.
Mademoiselle, you are not concerned about the train stopping?
What can one do?
Indeed, this does not make the train move. You have great strength to remain calm at a time like this.
I know one far, far stronger than I.
And that is?
Well, that old lady, for instance. You have probably noticed her. She just has to lift her little finger and ask for something in a polite voice, and the whole train runs.
It runs also for my friend Monsieur Bouc, but that is because he is a director of the line, not because he has a masterful character.
You don't have to have a strong will when you have power. But I suspect I did not need to tell you that, Mr.
Poirot.
Mr. Poirot.
Good morning, Mr. Fauchet. You have early customers, I see.
Yes, I am stuck serving here as well at breakfast. Everyone is impatient. They keep complaining that the train is not moving, as if I could get out and push it.
It's too early for me to order a boxcar. That is the appropriate drink, I believe.
A gin, triple sec, lemon and grenadine mix. A drink for a train indeed.
But not perhaps for my breakfast. I think I will settle for an omelette.
Good luck, sir. Miss Nielsen is helping to serve in the dining car.
Okay, so dining car it is. Let's go. Oh, what's this?
The Orient Express bar is certainly well stocked.
Don't mind me just randomly walking into random water closets. Slightly pixelated through the mirror, but that's okay. That is perfectly okay. Again, I want to walk through the door. Just walk through the snow and call it. Alright, into the restaurant car we shall head.
How long are we expected to be stranded here?
It won't do much good complaining to me. That fellow there with the moustache, he may know something.
Apparently I'm that important.
Excusez-moi, sir.
Yes?
Monsieur Bouc asks for you to join him in compartment 203.
Look here, Poirot. Can you tell us anything?
I can tell you the snow, it will not move aside on its own.
Of course. But you obviously have some influence with Bouc.
I am going to see him now. I will ask him if he has any information.
Alright. Go to the dining car. Now we must head to Obu. Whoop. Sounds like it's Boo? B-O? Okay, anything else I can do in the dining car before we head forward? I gotta just walk through the door. Ooh, sink.
You can never have too many of these.
I can just open a fridge. Can I close the fridge? Monsieur? Monsieur? Mister! Close the fridge! No, we're just a menace. Just a menace. We're gonna... Why can't I walk in all of these water closets? Apparently we are in zero hurry. I assume I'm going the right way? Alright, pause takes us to, or plus takes us to train passengers. So there's our director, Samuel Ratchet, who's an American. Mary Debenham, Archibald Arpthanaut, Natalia Dragomirov, Alright, so here's who goes on board. I got 1 of 3 mustaches. And I think. So what does minus do? Minus didn't do anything for me. That's a beam. Okay, I'd been in here before.
A beautiful piano. What a luxury. Pity there's no one to play it.
Okay, as far as I know, there's nothing else to explore. .205. Did I think I just came out of 203. Or am I in 202?
Ah, my good friend. Come in. We have need of you.
What has occurred?
A passenger lies dead in his bed. Stabbed.
A passenger? Which passenger?
In there. He's an American. A man called Ratchet. It was his valet masterman who was worried that Mr. Ratchet was not awake yet. Pierre Michel, the conductor, decided to break in and found the body.
I see. Well, my friend, I think it is best not to touch anything and wait for the police to arrive.
Oh, I tried to call the police, but there is no cell tower for many kilometers. We could be stuck in the snow for hours. The murderer is with us. On the train, now! The sooner we catch him, the sooner we'll be out of danger. Dr. Constantine is already examining the body.
Mon ami, this is not a missing train ticket. We must follow procedure. We must wait for the police to secure the crime scene.
Please, Poirot. I will take full responsibility.
Book, you ask. Well, if we cannot contact the outside world, then... Oh, you are going to drive me crazy. In truth, this problem intrigues me. I was reflecting not half an hour ago that many hours of boredom lay ahead whilst we are stuck here. And now, a problem lies ready to my hand.
You accept, then?
C'est entendu. You place the matter in my hands.
Alright, let's head in. By the way, it's more a book than anything else for...
Mr. Poirot, I am Dr. Constantine.
Forgive me, Doctor. You are a medical examiner?
No, but I have assisted in postmortems at Nairobi Hospital, where I am a teaching fellow.
I am familiar with your excellent institution.
I do not intend to perform a full autopsy, but a preliminary examination should be of some use.
Of course. May I have a look? Then we can compare notes.
Please, if you need any help, I won't be far away.
Well, thank you. Alright, analyze this character to learn more about him. Hints. Doctor's not a Moroccan, nor nurse, nor authoritan. Kenyan doctor in his 40s. I'll go 47.
That was easy.
Thanks to the hints. Alright, character analysis. No more about. Check his alibi, okay? I guess let's talk to him first. None of the murder.
I'm sorry, Doctor, but I must question you.
Of course. I must be considered under suspicion like everyone else.
May I know your movements last night?
I share compartment 101 with Mr. Booth. He would not stop talking about his beloved train. I listened to him for hours talking about his Orient Express.
My friend Book will no doubt confirm this. Did you know the victim?
Not at all. I noticed him last night at dinner, but I did not pay much attention.
Did you touch anything in here this morning?
I checked for a pulse. There was none. Rigor mortis had commenced. The body was cool to the touch. I touched nothing else.
Alright, the victim.
What can you tell me about the victim?
He died from multiple stab wounds of varying angles and depth. More than one would have been fatal. I would place the time of death roughly between midnight and 2 a.m. With more time, I hope I can be more precise.
And Colton
I
here.
assume the open window complicates matters.
Indeed. Conditions are not perfect.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Alright, let's examine here. Start with the glass.
I'm sure I will find some interesting things inside. I'm sure I will find some...
Okay. Phone. Phone shattered.
This phone was deliberately smashed.
Nice case though, just, you know, was smashed.
Last night, Monsieur Ratchet said he takes precautions. I see now what he meant. He knew he was in danger and wanted to be ready, yet it was no use to him. I will leave it here for the police.
Let's zoom out a little bit and see if there's anything else. Worth of noting. Okay.
As you see, the victim has been stabbed many times. Several alone would have been fatal.
Yes, I agree. An attack most savage.
I will, of course, prepare a complete report on my findings.
Thank you.
I'll take photos.
Alright, what about this watch here?
The watch is broken. The hands are stopped at 1:15 a.m. One would expect that to be the time when the attack occurred.
One would think. Just rolling it over, make sure there's nothing else. Barefoot, to be expected. A vapor.
Did it belong to Ratchet?
Okay, we looked at the cup, we looked at the phone, the vape, or the bottle of vape juice.
A handkerchief. There's a letter H embroidered on it.
Okay. Anything else worth of note here? Doesn't appear to be anything else of note to look at here. Okay, let's take a quick check here.
Where can the killer have gone? The chain lock is broken. Monsieur Michel told me that he broke the chain on the door to get into the room.
Okay, how could the killer have exited
I
the room?
shouldn't leave until I have finished inspecting the crime scene.
Got a safe. Don't know. All right, let's check out the luggage. Okay.
Expensive clothing, recently laundered.
Alice was walking in the forest of 1,000 flowers. She picked 10 flowers to make a bouquet. Suddenly the bouquet turned into a butterfly and the flowers on the ground began to multiply. There was twice as many. So 2010. Alice arrived in front of a door that asked her, "If you want to get out of the forest, you must tell me how many flowers are left in the forest." So there's 990 flowers left when she picked them. Bouquet turned into a butterfly. So 1880? Let's try that again. Okay. I'm gonna do the math in this real quick. Because I thought I had it right. Okay, so walking the forest, 1,000 flowers. Minus 10 times 2. 1980. I did my math wrong. Alright, we've got American.
Not very surprising.
Interesting that the notes bowing out like that. Call Cairo, check Carpets Delivery. Orient Express, call DC, check Money TV. Oh, that just goes, okay. Debrief with H, arriving to Venice.
Ratchet had an appointment he will never keep.
So whoever H is.
A meeting place on
Fontana
the back
de
of a postcard. Someone with the
Corrigili?
initials A.W.
So AW, but we're meeting with an H. Alright, that's all we get out of the diary there. For each person hurt, you will suffer the same harm. Your death is near, we will never forget.
Unusual letter, this.
Alright, check out the mind map here. I still have 5 things left to explore. Okay, close the safe. Nope, what's this?
I wonder what could be in this photo. I wonder what could be in this.
Oh, cannot start a workshop. Okay. Let's try putting the picture together, shall we? Restore the torn picture. Right, this very much looks like it belongs in the corner there. Okay. Let's just drop, okay. Okay, so we've got the cat here. Right, that one fit. Okay. There we are. Okay. Got it. For Daisy.
For Daisy. Interesting. My little gray cells did not let me down.
Alright, so now we got a picture of a stuffed animal. Rotate back up a little bit. Okay. Adjust myself. Up to 13? 14, okay. We're getting closer. A farm asleep, 3,000 sleeping pills.
Box of sleeping pills.
Okay. My map, I think that just updated. Yeah, I just updated there. Nothing in the shower. Already checked out the suitcase. Looked at the watch already. We already looked at him. We looked at the paper. We looked at the vape bottle, the gun. Oh, what am I missing? Where is the open window? There it is.
The snow is falling only lightly this morning. The murderer would have left tracks in the snow if he had jumped out the window.
That he would have. Again, if he had jumped out the window. But I think the murderer had an ulterior motive for opening the window. There's a bunny drawn on the back.
Not exactly the reading material one would expect of a man
I guess I never
like Ratchet.
Never actually interacted with that piece of material. Okay. One thing. What am I missing at this point? What am I missing? No.
This door communicates with compartment 204. The latch is open on this side.
There we go. The murderer's way out. Select the two elements that reveal the most likely way the murderer exited Mr. Ratchet's room. Connecting door is not latched. Alright, went through the door. Murderer could not get out through the hall because it was locked from the inside. Train was stuck in the snow. Murderer probably hoped he was going to get out the next station through the window, but the train never made it.
So, the murderer must have exited through Madame Hubert's room.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Alright, so the witnesses of the escape. Well, probably two witnesses would be Mrs. Hubbard. Because it was her room. Yep. Because how could the murderer escape? So it would be Mrs. Hubbard. And, oh, did I get it? I
Et voilà.
just guessed on Mr. Michel.
This door communicates with...
Alright, recapping events. Alright. Letter.
No,
Watch.
no, not good.
Not good. Drank sleeping pills the night of the murder. Okay.
Think, Poirot. That is not a good answer. No, not good.
There we go. Ratchet was on his guard. There we go. He wanted to stay on guard, yet he took a sleeping pill.
I can't imagine Ratchet taking a sleeping pill if he feared for his life. My little gray cells did not let me down.
Okay, continue mind map. Okay, no, let's talk about his employees. Who are two people that'll work with him? Again, random guesses.
That was easy.
Alright, so we now must interrogate his valet and his secretary, plus Michelle and Mrs. Hubbard.
I think I've seen everything I need at the moment. I'm counting on you to finish your analysis.
I'll have a more detailed report for you as soon as I can.
So, Poirot, did you find anything out?
It's a bit early for the handcuffs, my friend. Even for Hercule Poirot. Do not worry, mon ami. I believe our culprit has no plans to strike again. Monsieur Ratchet was the target. Of that I am convinced. Tell me, Book, how did you spend last night?
This is a joke, I hope. Don't you trust your old friend?
My friend, calm yourself. I must hear your story in order to corroborate other accounts.
Ah, naturally. Let me see. I went to my compartment after dinner. Dr. Constantine was already there. We talked about his career. He's a Cambridge man, you know. After university, he returned to his country and has done much good there. He was so interested in the Orient Express. I told him all the anecdotes I know. I'm not certain when we fell asleep, but it was very late.
Here is what I have found out. Monsieur Ratchet was stabbed many times. I also found threatening letters in his safe. He had a loaded gun under his pillow, so he was on guard, ready to defend himself. However, there was an empty glass with white residue at the bottom. I suspect a barbiturate. Perhaps he was forced to take it. In any case, I am certain he was unconscious, unable to defend himself. I also found several other items at the crime scene, possibly related to the murder. They must be investigated.
By all means, Poirot. As fast as you can.
I also found liquid for an electronic cigarette, but I could not find a vape. This might belong to the murderer.
This criminal is an amateur.
Oh, there we go.
I need a list of the passengers with their compartment numbers.
Pierre Michel will have it.
I must interview the rest of the passengers and the staff.
I'll be in the bar car if you need me. We are hours late. Soon I hope help will arrive.
All right, so now we need a list of passengers, but in order to do that, we need to talk to Monsieur Michel. Excuse me. So where is? I believe there he is.
Monsieur Michel, I must ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
I will do everything I can to help.
First of all, tell me about yourself.
Very well. My name, as you know, is Pierre Michel. I am from Calais. I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Thank you.
All right. He is. I think he's a controller. I'm going to put her closer to 57. He is not a cook, not a Swedish cook. More than 30, not anxious. French conductor. Oh, hey, I had it right.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Alright, first I need...
Can you provide me with a listing of the passengers and their rooms, please?
Yes, certainly.
Alright, so we have room 101, Constantine. 202, Toby Harris. 102, Hector McQueen. 103, Edward Masterman. 103, Antonio Foscolari. 104, Mary Debenham. 104, Greta Olson. I think I said that right. 105, Johanna Locke and Hildegard Schmidt. 106, Archibald Arthurnaut. 107, Natalia Dragurmanoff. Cyrus Hardman, 201, Nikolai Petrovic in 102, Samuel Ratchet, 203, Caroline Hubbard, 204, and Rudolph Andrini, 205. Also has 2 places. Interesting. And then we have Pierre Michel Frehan Nielsen, Otaro Mori, and Jean Faucher. Just them back. Okay.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed.
Do you smoke e-cigarettes?
No, tobacco only.
Okay. Ratchet.
I would like to reconstruct with your help the events of last night. Monsieur Ratchet retired to bed. When?
Almost immediately after dinner, sir. Actually, before we left Belgrade.
Did anybody go into his compartment after that?
His valet, monsieur. Monsieur Masterman. And then his secretary, the young American gentleman. Monsieur McQueen.
And that is the last time you saw or heard of him?
No, monsieur. You forget that Monsieur Ratchet rang his bell around 12:40 a.m., soon after we had stopped. I knocked at the door, but he called out in French, "Ce n'est rien, je me suis trompé." I then left to answer another bell that had just rung.
All right, presents.
Where were you at 1:15 a.m.?
I was sitting on my little seat at the end of the car, facing up the corridor.
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember. Carry on.
It was the American lady, Madame Hubbard. She thought she saw a man in her compartment. Then, around 1:50 a.m., I made the bed for Monsieur Ratchet's secretary, Monsieur McQueen. He had spent the evening talking with the English Captain Arbuthnot. At 2 a.m., I returned to my place and stayed there until dawn.
And last station.
What is the last station where we stopped?
Vinkovsky.
Could someone have come on board?
Possibly. I was very busy. Owing to the weather, we were a few minutes late. We left at 12:10 a.m.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Michel. Alright, so stays at his post until morning. That is 2 a.m. So 12:10.
No, not good.
Okay. Let's back out and try again. Pay attention this time.
Are you a smoker?
Indeed. No.
Tobacco only. Last station.
What is the...
Linkowski.
Could someone have come...
Possibly. I was very busy. We left at 12:10 a.m.
Where were...
I was sitting on my...
Are you sure?
I left a little after 1 a.m. to speak about the snow with my colleague Jean in the bar car. I came back later. There was a call. I remember speaking to you.
Indeed, I remember.
It was the American she thought she saw. Then around 1:50 a.m., he had spent the evening at 2 a.m.
Okay. Let's try that again. Because there's that one, because we leave at 12:10. Because that's there. I think we got it.
My little gray cells did not let me down.
All right, so we got his 12:10, except from 105 to 120 and 150 to 2 a.m. Feels like there's something I'm still missing, though. Okay. So, let's go here.
Good morning, madam. I am Hercule Poirot.
Caroline Hubbard. What can I do for you, Mr. Poirot?
I am the bearer of unfortunate news.
It's obvious with all the commotion that something has happened.
Madame Hubbard, I am afraid your neighbor, Monsieur Ratchet, was murdered last night.
Oh my god. I knew it. I knew it.
I would like to ask you some questions, but first, may I inspect your room?
Of course, yes, you must.
All right. If I remember right, she's American. Put her in her 60s. Oh, the only thing I don't know is she's a maid. I want to say she's a housewife. Very outgoing, at least 60. So we're gonna go with housewife. Yep.
I'm right again. That happens to me a lot.
Alright, time to search the room.
The luxury of the Orient Express is present in every detail.
Okay, that's all that does for me. Okay. Look at the locking bolt.
This door connects to Monsieur Ratchet's compartment. It was latched on this side.
Which is a good thing.
Here is a jacket button. It bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Alright, so that means one of... Well, if he came to check on her, then maybe, he maybe accidentally lost a button?
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
That's 2 moustaches. Stashes of moosh. Alright, last night.
Madame, please tell me about last night.
The murderer was right here in my compartment. I woke up. All in the dark it was. I was just so scared I couldn't scream. I pressed the call button. I pressed and pressed. I heard footsteps running in the corridor, then a knock on my door. "Come in," I screamed. And I switched on the lights at the same time. And would you believe it? There wasn't a soul there.
You think he went back into the other compartment?
How do I know where he went? I had my eyes shut tight. The conductor came in. I told the man what had happened, and he didn't seem to believe me. I asked him to search the room, but he found nothing. I told the conductor to look at the door between the compartments, and sure enough, it wasn't bolted. Well, I soon saw to that. I told him to bolt it, then and there.
Alright, so about the connecting
How
door.
is it you didn't bolt the door between the 2 compartments?
But I had. Well, as a matter of fact, I asked that Swedish lady, Olsen, Greta, if it was bolted, and she said it was.
How was it you could not see for yourself?
I was already in bed, and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was.
What time was it when you asked her to do this for you?
Oh, it must have been around 10:30 or 10:45 p.m. She'd come along to see if I had an aspirin. But instead of opening my door, she opened Mr. Ratchet's door by mistake. He said something quite rude, like, "Not a chance, lady, you're too old." It shocked her. She came in. I told her where to find the aspirin, and she got it out of my toiletry bag. Poor girl, she didn't have a good night.
The same could be said for Monsieur Ratchet.
It appears Mademoiselle Olsen may be the last person to see Ratchet alive.
Alright, handkerchief.
Is this your handkerchief?
No, not at all.
Yet it is embroidered with an initial H, like your name.
I don't care. It's not mine, and I would certainly never buy something so impractical as that frilly thing.
Smoker.
Are you a smoker?
No, definitely not. Filthy habit.
And a button.
I found a jacket button on your table. It looks like it belongs to a train employee. The button bears the logo of the Orient Express.
Well, of course the conductor came in last night, but he didn't go near that table.
Still, it's a safe bet that it belongs to the conductor. I'll check his jacket later, to be sure. I have not finished inspecting your room, if you don't mind.
Okay. So what else am I missing? Except for the sink that apparently... Oh, now I can get the bag.
Let's see if Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth about the latch of the connecting door. This hook is probably where Mrs. Hubbard hung her toiletry bag. I can see the latch very well from here, even with the toiletry bag attached. I'll have to clear that up with Mrs. Hubbard.
Okay. List of passengers. Okay. Checked out the button, checked out the sink, checked out the door, toiletry bag. I thought those buttons were something. Something feels wrong. What about 204? So there's something else. We looked at the door. Look at that. Checked out the sink. Legit, the only other thing right now is Hubbard.
Mrs. Hubbard, you told me that the door connecting the two compartments was closed, correct?
Yes, it was, as I told you. I was already in bed and my toiletry bag was hanging on the hook of the door. I couldn't see the latch from where I was. That's why I asked Miss Olsen to check if it was closed.
Couldn't see the latch from where I was.
Are you sure everything you've told me is accurate, Madame Hubbard?
Of course. I have an excellent memory.
Mrs. Hubbard, I tested putting your toiletry bag on the door hook as you told me. From your bed, you can easily see the latch on the door. The toiletry bag does not hide the latch at all.
Are you saying I'm lying? It may have been stuck somehow in a different position, or I may not have seen it in the darkness. Or I didn't think to look, you irritating man.
Details matter, madame. A man has been most savagely murdered. You will excuse me if I attempt to separate the truth from the false.
Forget my toiletry bag and focus on who entered my compartment. Probably after killing Mr. Ratchet.
Madame Hubbard is a force to be reckoned with, but I suspect I'm not done with her.
Thank you for your assistance, madame.
Alright, is that all? Alright, so the killer avoided Mr. Michel. Murderer was able to take advantage of Mr. Michel's absence to escape without being seen at 1:15 a.m.
While Monsieur Michel was chatting with Monsieur Fauchet in the bar car between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m., the murderer could have escaped Ratchet's room without being seen.
Et voilà.
Okay, Mrs. Hubbard a suspect. Or is Mr. Michel a suspect? Let's see here.
This appears to be a good lead.
This one I might have to do yes.
This is the most likely answer.
Okay, the only other thing right now. Come back here to talking to Mr. Michel. Come on, sure. Are you missing a button?
I found a button from an Orient Express staff jacket. Did you lose one by any chance?
No, monsieur. As you can see, I have all my buttons. It is not mine.
Thank you, sir. Okay, I don't know where the demo ends. But this is actually most interesting. I may have to try this again sometime in the future. But we're gonna have to end this one here. Again, it seems like a fun game. I might have to put this on a wish list somewhere. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I am the Ballmeister. And as always, I have been obediently yours.